Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Hello everybody, it's April 20th and happy Easter to everybody on the duck adventure here. And I've been gone, I haven't been on the channel. I'm not doing well. There's something wrong with me, and I haven't got back my blood test yet to find out. And I know what's wrong. Hey, Doug, come here, Doug. All right, I got a slight problem here on a new addition to the duck adventure, but I want to show you the new addition to duck adventure here. He's amazing. I got a dog, and he's not a puppy. It's the first time I've ever gotten an adult dog, but I scored. He's a beautiful pup. He's 1 year and 5.5 months old, and I adopted him, and he's absolutely just a gorgeous puppy. He's just the sweetest little thing. Now, when I say that sweetest little thing, he's not small. He's far from small. Anyways, so I want to introduce you to Doug the dog. Let's look at this guy. Doug, come here. Doug, come. Doug. He sees the ducks right now. Come here, Doug. Oh, you. Sit. Doug. Sit. Doug. Doug. Sit. Sit. Now, Doug, that wasn't his original name. His original name I didn't like. I'm not a big fan of his original name, so I have now changed it, but I had to stick to a letter D, and I came up with Doug. And his name is that because when I adopted him, he was trying to dig up a grave of another dog. So that's the deal. So his name is Doug, as in D-U-G, and he's a Mastiff cross. I think it's European and French. Sit. Sit. And this is day 3. Doug, you're not listening right now. Come on. Sit. Sit. All right. Doug is, he's got a mind of his own, but he's really good. He got zapped by the duck pen his very first morning here 3 days ago. So he got a real quick lesson on that. But he's absolutely gorgeous. Right? Aren't you? And he doesn't have any interest in attacking the duck so far. Doug, sit. Sit. Doug, sit. Oh, you are being bad. See, I didn't record the last 3 days because I've been doing a lot of work with him. And now he's making me look like I did nothing the last 3 days with him. Doug, lay down. Doug, down. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, you are such a... He's stubborn. Anyways, he's getting better. So, the duck adventure. It's we've been going non-stop here. The ducks right now are all over here. I'll give you a shot. They're playing in the mud. The creek over there is running right now because of the meltdown. And that's where all the ducks are. I got a couple that are in the pen here, a Muscovy male and a female. They're doing a little bit of courting action. I'm just about to do egg recon here. I've been so down on the weather, I haven't got the pen separated into 3 sections. Like I said, I have not been doing well. I've just been basically focusing on taking care of the ducks and trying to get better myself here. So, but I'll just take you over here to the ducks. And Doug is staying nice and close, like he's supposed to. Doug, don't even think of it. Doug! Doug, come here. Come here. Come. Now, considering that this dog never saw a duck before in his life, loved to chase everything when I adopted him, I can't believe how well I'm doing with him. I've only had to use the leash on him here 2 days in the yard with the ducks, and he knows enough not to chase my babies. And actually last night was so funny because he actually helped me herd the ducks into the pen. He was actually a help. Hey! Yeah, just slightest voice commands. He's really a good puppy, aren't you? He's a new addition to the duck adventure. New addition to my life. He's a good dog. Now we're coming over here, and the ducks all, they just seem to, they have a new respect for me herding them when I'm walking with the dog. I never got my ducks listening to this well. So they've been over in this area here. Because if you look here, I'll just give you a shot of the mud in here. They've been in here. This is the creek that runs through my property, and the spring runoff. And this is where the ducks have just been basically drilling their faces off in here, having just a blast. Now the lake is not open yet. It's still frozen. I was down there yesterday, and it's a serious block of ice still. So it's going to be probably another 10 days before that happens, before it gets open. But I've got my neighbor's tractor. I'm going to get it today because I'm going to use it to scrape out the pen before I got to get the duck feces out of there from the winter. So I'm scraping it out, and I'm just watching Doug here. He's Doug, come on. Actually, I'm gonna get the ducks here. Maybe we'll get them to go down to the swamp for us. Doug, come on. Come on. So I've been busy dealing with my dog, my new dog, and trying to rest. I mean, really dragged out. This thing that's affecting me is really screwing me up. It's not. I'm just absolutely useless. I got no energy. I can barely talk, actually. All right, we're going to go this way here, and we'll see if the ducks are going to go down to the swamp. The swamp's just nothing but water. So and Doug is being so good. Like, look at him. He's right here. He's not rushing the ducks. He's amazing. I can't believe he's a natural. When I adopted him, there was a kitten, or a cat I should say, with 8 or 6 kittens in the house, and they were he had no problem with the kittens, absolutely none. He was basically just a big suck. Basically he is a big suck. I can't believe what kind of suck he is. He's unbelievable. He's a good puppy. Come on, Doug! Now the ducks, they don't want to go down to the swamp. They keep staying in the yard. They're probably going to head back over to the this area that I just showed you over there. For some reason, they're not interested. I'll give you a shot here. I'm sort of all over the place today. Like I said, this thing that I've got happening with me. It's really screwed up my focus. It's screwed up my energy. It's I'm not sleeping well. It's nasty stuff. But I just want to take you down here. Doug, the dog is way ahead of me here. We'll go down to the swamp superhighway. I'll show you. She's opening up. The water levels are starting to recede. So that means it must be blowing over the dam down at the other end. Because a couple days ago the water was actually level with the log there. So, but it's the swamp's open. So, but the ducks are more interested in over the creek right now. Oh, but Doug the dog, I've got no problem with it. He's a little bit of a story behind him. He basically was an apartment dog. Everything's been circuit overload for him. Everything. It's the first 3 days here I've been keeping him. We've been doing in the house, just getting used to the house stuff because everything in the house was freaking him out. He's not used to much. Very sheltered life, very sheltered upbringing, and now he's going through absolute circuit overload living here on the property. Everything is mind-blowing for the dog. It's really cute to watch. It's sort of strange watching, a 1.5-year-old dog actually have no. I'm not used to it because every dog I've had has grown up on my property, or I've grown up, exposing them to things when I didn't live here, that were similar to this. So I can't, it's hard for me to understand how a dog could be 1.5 years old and not know anything. So, which is nice because it's time for me to train him and show him, and he's unbelievably good. He doesn't chase the ducks at all, and I think after what I watched him with the kittens, little 1-week-old kitten, and he was licking it and everything was fine. I have a hunch with the ducklings, it's going to be priceless. If he's the same way, which I can't see why he wouldn't be the same with the ducklings as he was with the kittens, because animals don't, an animal's an animal to them. So when he's got that tender spot in him, we could have him, these ducks here have a slight, apprehension towards them. They don't run from him. They aren't crazy afraid of him. They're keeping their distance because he's not storming them or rushing them. So he's very calm that way, and that's the number one rule with ducks, is not to rush them, not to crowd them, and you can really manipulate them. And he's like that. He's not rushing them and he's not crowding them. So I think we get the ducklings, we hatch these a couple thousand ducklings, and he's exposed to them, and I think it's going to be hilarious. I think we're going to have a couple thousand ducks following Doug the dog. That's what my gut's telling me. I think it's going to be priceless. So far everything he's doing is I'm a happy guy. It was a 10-hour round trip for me driving wise. It was 10 hours of driving actually to get him. And something just told me, and it was the crappiest little black and white picture on the internet too. But I don't know, something about him. And when I got there and I saw him, he was just gorgeous, and he's so friendly and so lovable. It's only been 3 days and I'm really, really attached to my new friend. Right? Oh, and there's an egg. The ducks are dropping eggs everywhere. Oh, there we go. He just busted the egg. Are you going to eat it, Doug? No. That's another thing too, is because he hasn't been exposed to this type of things, he doesn't understand what he can eat and what he can't eat. He's he's just too young. Hasn't been exposed to this. Last night, we had some raw meat, and he didn't really grasp what it was. But he's got some, like I said, he's literally an apartment dog. No, but he's in heaven. We went for a run in the bush the other day, and like I said, I'm just so happy he doesn't chase the ducks. He has no interest in chasing the ducks. He's very interested in them. He's very curious, but not interested. So let's go and do. Like I said, I'm having a hard time talking here. This thing I got is really screwing me up. And anyways, I'm gonna go do egg recon, and there's a crop load of eggs. Egg production has gone through the roof. We're pushing. Actually, we had a couple days there, 45 eggs. So it won't take long to fill up the incubator. So let's head down to the barn and get duck egg recon happening. All right, we're gonna start egg recon here outside first, because the ducks are dropping the eggs all over the pen. Doug the dog is in here in the pen, which is very strange considering he got electrocuted by the pen the first day. He's not afraid of the pen. So we got a couple ducks, a couple Muscovies are in here with us, and so if I have to yell quickly, bear in mind here I've got a dog that I just got to make sure he doesn't chase ducks, and so far he hasn't. But he's he's interested in what's going on here in the pen. Oh, eggs here everywhere. Look at the eggs. Like I said, we've hit 45 eggs one day this week. It's been consistently around 40. And these eggs are fertilized, but they're not purebred, so they're not exactly any good. I got all these eggs sold. I'm selling them to a grocery store, an Asian grocery store. So, and they know that there's going to be no eggs after I start collecting for the incubator. Doug? Okay, we got Doug going over there. Doug! 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 Hey! You good? Come here. See, that's amazing. Chances are I didn't even need to yell at him, but he's just interested, but not interested in killing anything. It's, and he said at this, that is so good to get that at this age, because literally I could have him, become attached to the ducks, so that anything that comes into the yard is going to get dealt with. He's only a young thing. Like I said, he's a year and a half. He's 105.5 pounds, and he'll probably end up topping out about 118 when he fills out here at 3 years old. And he's going to be the official duck protector, aren't you? And so far, he's doing really well. Hasn't gone after anything. So this is the first day that I'm filming here, and it's the first day that I've actually brought him into the pen. And so right now what I'm showing you is all a first. This is, he's never done this before. So this is his first day doing this. So here we got 10, there's 10 eggs so far. So I'm going to try to keep count here. I got what I'm doing plus deal with the dog. Come on, Doug. Doug, come on. See, the door's scaring him. He's so nervous about everything. Like I said, this is all new stuff to him. He's a baby. And he's unbelievably fast. The other day, he just disappeared. Doug! When I first brought him home here the first day, from the time it took me to go from the garage to the barn, he had already gone out to the highway. Thankfully I had the gate closed, but he was so fast, I couldn't believe how fast he is. Well, I couldn't believe he's a big dog. They can cover the distance so quick. But he's just so interested. This is circuit overload. Doug, come on! So what are we at here? I've lost count. What was it? 10. 10 eggs. Oh, we got a big stash here. 12, 14, 16, 17. Sorry about the fast camera action there. 18. I had to take a quick look to see where Doug the dog was. All right, we got 18 here. So that's 18 so far just outside. Now let's head over to the barn. All right, duck egg recon in the barn. All right. Now, like the last, I'm trying to think here, last 5 days, it's been pretty solid egg production. So I forget what the count was. I'll have to look back on the video here, and we'll have to add them because I forget I was out there talking to Doug and dealing with him in the yard. All right, we got 3 more in here. I think it was 18 in the other shed here. So this brings us up to 21, I think. Oh, look at these. Oh, look at that nice and green on that one. That one's really green. That's 22. Oh, another green one. 23 and 24. 27. 28. Oh, that's a double yoker. 29. 32. 34. 36. 37 and 38. So 38 duck eggs, and the one duck broke out, or Doug broke outside. So that's 39 duck eggs. And what are the chickens giving us today? Oh, she's starting a little bit more white. She's been basically laying in the mud here the whole week. This duck, or this chicken thinks she's a duck. It's unbelievable. Come on, girl. What do you got? Oh, we got 6 chicken eggs today. Like I said, this thing I got happening with me, it's seriously screwing me up. And one of the symptoms is, I should say, lack of attention span, and I've lost it. All right, so that's a pail of duck eggs. So that's the egg recon for today, and I'm holding off cleaning this place out. Normally this would be already cleaned out, but I'm planning on splitting the place in 2, so I've got to clean it out to split it in 2. So I'm like, but this week, literally, I've been missing off the YouTube channel, and it's because I've been screwed up, and I've just basically been taking care of the ducks, and I haven't been doing anything to expand the operation here. And Thursday, the incubator is officially landing in Montreal, so I'm now officially behind the 8 ball to get things done here quick. So got lots to do today. I'm gonna get my neighbor's tractor, and we're gonna do a little bit of duck feces scraping. So let's head outside and get Doug the duck, or Doug the dog. Oh, I got too many D's in my life here, so let's head outside. We just came out of the barn here on Egg Recon, and the ducks are up here now. And just to show you how the ducks are, they're not worried about Doug the dog too much. Oh, Doug, don't be. Oh, he's getting neutered here, so that's going to be curtailed on his marking. Doug is not a neutered male. He's going to be on Thursday. Oh, but Doug so far is being so good with the ducks. I can't believe this today. This is actually the first day that I've had Doug out with me with no leash, running around the yard with the ducks. So what you're witnessing right now is the first time that he's ever done this. Doug! Oh, that's so good. You didn't even chase them. But of course, I'll give a little bit of history here. The the first day, or the first morning he was here, it was 6:30 in the morning, and all the ducks were in the pen, and they did that. They rushed away in a flock like that, and he hit the fence because he was running back and forth here across the fence. Well, not running, he was just pacing back and forth. If he was running, it's far too short of a distance for him. He's quick and gets up to speed pretty fast. So back to the story. The ducks took off in a flock like that, and he went against the fence and got zapped with 9900 volts, and it really freaked him out. Actually, the first day he wouldn't leave the second story of the house. He was upstairs in the bedroom for the whole day after he got zapped. Really freaked him out. That was his first day here. So that's why, when they took off in a flock like that, the only thing I can think of, he thinks electrical charge follows that motion. So that's a good thing that he won't chase the ducks. Hopefully. I'm speculating here based on what I've seen happen here the last couple of days, but today's the first day, and he's out free with the ducks and me in the yard, and he's not doing anything negative. Like I said, once we get him used to doing the ducklings, I think we're going to have a couple thousand ducklings following Doug the dog around. That would be so cool. All right, so the ducks are they're going all over the yard here, back and forth. And Doug's not doing anything to agitate the ducks, except that anywhere he's walking, the ducks are going somewhere else. So. He's a cool looking dog. And the ducks are now at the other side. I don't know if you can see there. They keep going back and forth because Doug's up here in the yard. It's funny. But I've been letting the ducks out of the pen here the last 4 days. I've been letting them out running free, and because it just helps keep the mess in the pen down. And they've been spending most of their time down there in the swamp area. And over there, a lot of time over there in the creek. But they're staying down there right now because of Doug being up here. All right, well, I'm going to get my chores done here in the water, and then I'm cleaning some things up, and then I'm heading over to get the tractor from my neighbor so I can scrape this pen out. That's the plan today. Well, I just discovered something about Doug the dog here. He is part duck. He's competing. Oh, okay. So we've got competition for the garden hose. Doug the duck, or Doug the duck, Doug the dog, and the ducks are now going to have to share the garden hose. You're a silly pup. You have no idea. I am so lucky that I scored him. He is unbelievably suited for me. He's a goof, and he's such a lovable pup. He's a silly dog too. He's all right, we'll let this fill up. Doug the dog likes garden hose action. So Doug the dog is, well, the guy told me that he really likes the water. Going down for a swim and that. I guess they took him down to the lake there the odd time for swimming, or the park, and he really loves it. So he's going to be at home here Actually, Doug the dog is going to be swimming with me when I get my dry suit on with the ducks. That'll be a little added excitement to the whole thing of the adventure. But today I got to scrape this out. I'm getting the tractor and we're going to scrape this all out. I'm going to scrape this out. Doug. So Doug looks like he's actually afraid of the duck. Doug, no. No. So, you'd be nice. So I'm filling this up today, getting rid of this mud hole. I'm basically going to try to scrape all of this out and get rid of the grunge so it's out of the pen. So, come on, leave the duck alone. Let's go. A little bit, baby steps at a time here on the duck exposure. Right, Doug? He's doing pretty good, though. I'm really impressed. Really, really impressed. I'm a really happy new dog owner, I can tell you that much. I've never adopted a full-grown adult dog in my life. Usually I get them, when they're 6-7 weeks old. This is the first for me, and I'm on day 4 of happiness here. Oh, chicken must have just laid an egg. They must have just dropped some eggs in there. What a beautiful day. It's like plus 20 Celsius or about 68, 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's just gorgeous. And in the sun, it feels almost like 80. You can still feel the cool breeze, though, from the frozen lake behind us. So I'm just waiting for a drive here so I can go to town, and because my neighbor's tractor, of course, would have to be in town at his father's house. So I've got about a 10-kilometer drive on the highway with a tractor that goes next to no miles per hour. So, and then I'm going to save my back here today, and I'm going to take a bunch of that dirt. I'm going to fill the hole in down there, and I'm going to scrape out the feces, a good majority of it, and then we've got some rain coming the next 2 days. And I'm going to take the big hose after I've scraped everything out, and I'm going to wash it down again, and we'll clean it again, and then I'm going to divide everything so that we can control the ducks for about a month. I'm going to control them on the breeding. The ducks aren't going to be happy because they're not getting out to roam the yard. So Doug's interested in chickens. The chickens were out here and Doug had no interest in them, so Doug! Let's leave the chickens alone. Oh, yes. He's doing really well. I'm happy. I think you can tell by the tone of my voice here, considering how sick I am and I've got no energy, and he's brought a serious smile on my face. He's a good puppy. Well, I just got back from my neighbor's place. Cindy had to drive me into town to his dad's house to get the tractor, and I just got home with the tractor, and Cindy's gone. She had to go do some Easter stuff with her kids. But Doug the dog, I come home and there's this dog running around my yard, not tied, and he chewed off the rope, and then he proceeded to chew my really nice heavy-duty 5/8 garden hose. He chewed the end off of it, chewed it into a couple pieces for me, and was running around the yard, and the ducks were all hanging around at this end of the yard by Doug the dog, which, there's no dead ducks, there's no feathers floating around, and the ducks aren't panicked about Doug being running around the yard for free, or running around the free, I should say. He wasn't tied up, and he never attacked the dogs, or the ducks. I'm having a hard time with my words that start with a D here today. But he chewed off the rope and got free and decided to chew garden hoses, and he left the ducks alone, which is just a bonus. I don't mind losing a garden hose, but instead of a duck. But I thought that was sort of cool that the ducks, are all hanging around right there, like. They're not even 70 feet here from the the deck, and Doug was here, and he was more interested in chewing garden hoses than chasing ducks. So that's a really good sign. Doug the duck protector is doing a great job. I'm really happy. Other than the fact I've just lost a garden hose, but the fact that Doug is an escape artist, which I have to now use aircraft cable on him when I leave him alone here, which is not very often. I just had to go get the tractor. So that's the update on Doug the dog, the duck protector. So say that quick 3 or 4 times. Just look at that guy. I can't believe it. I came home and he was running around the yard, and the ducks were all hanging around at this end of the yard with him. So that's just bizarre. That the ducks are not even remotely freaked out by him. So, and he has no interest in chasing the ducks. What a score! I never would have thought that he was that kind of dog. Thought I'd have to do a little bit of training, but he passed the test here on his own. I wasn't even here to supervise, so I have not much to worry about. So now I got the tractor. I'm gonna go scrape up some duck poop. The ducks are on tour. They're up eating grass, all the little sprouting grass that's coming up in the yard there up by the house or the back deck. But they decided to take a break and come down to the mud here. And it's really strange when it comes to the new addition to the duck adventure here. He walks up to the ducks. I was just in the pen. I didn't get the pivot heads turned on quick enough to show you. I was in there dumping some feed in the Drake shack, the old Drake shack there, and the ducks actually walked up to him, and he stood there and looked at them, and they were like 3 feet away from him, and I was like, how do you know that this dog is not going to bother you? Like, it was just bizarre. I don't know how the 2 ducks knew this, but they walked right up to him and looked at him, and then they walked out the pen. It was strange, and he looked at them like it was just part of his life. The last year and a half. It's really strange how he's, he does get excited and he runs around the yard, but he keeps a certain distance from the ducks. But he's always running around, and they're watching him. Like he's over there now, and they're watching what he's doing, but they're over there, and it's like, I don't know if they know that he's a good guy. It's bizarre. I know one thing though, when they take off in a flock and they do the wing flapping and they take off when he spooks them, it's you can see he just stops in his tracks, like instantly stops in his tracks, because the last time they did that was the first day he was here and he got electrocuted by the pen. So that is sort of when the ducks panic, he stops. So that's really good on the philosophy I have on handling ducks. Don't crowd them and don't rush them. He got the lesson on the first day, and he knows. Now don't push the ducks, because as soon as they get panic, he stops. It was a bonus. Just look at them digging in the mud. They're making a mess down there where the creek's running. Oh, he's coming back. He's out, peeing all around the outside area, marking his territory, which is good. Let all the critters know that there's another dog here. An active dog. Not like old Rocco. Oh, that old guy. He slept all the time. But, he wants to go over and see the ducks really bad. But he's, apprehensive. I don't know. It's sort of cool that he's... I'm really happy that when I came home and he was, he had chewed the rope and gotten free, and not a single duck was touched. I think that is just priceless. I didn't have to do anything. He just knew. I'm so happy. As you can tell in this video, this is the first day for Doug the dog being free with the ducks. Doug the dog, the duck protector. Right, DDD. All right, I'm just got everything organized here, and I'm going to start scraping duck feces with the tractor. I was just in the pen blindly shoveling duck feces, and Doug the duck protector, look at him, he's going, buddy, brought it to my attention while I was shoveling here. Turns out the tractor is like not much help. Well, it's a little bit of help. I'm shoveling it into the bucket instead of wheelbarrow loads, but the only way to get the stuff out of here is by hand. So tried dragging the bucket, didn't work. The stuff is just too sloppy. But what Doug brought my attention to was all of a sudden he just took an interest, and he was headed down this direction here to show me that I've got some ducks that have gone to the lake without me knowing it. And it's the Muscovy, of course. Take a look. Looks like, well, I can't tell. My eyes, it's really blurry for me right now. I can't tell if it's a male or a female. It looks like a female. But I did not even see her go down there, but Doug brought it to my attention because all of a sudden he was headed down here. He's been following the ducks around the yard. He is unbelievable. He follows them around, but he doesn't chase them. But he's going down there. Actually, there's a couple of Muscovies. I've just seen that right now. There's another one that just flapped their wings there, but I... And Doug is going down. Check it out. Yeah, it's hard to believe 3 days ago this dog was a basically an apartment dog. He's having a lot of fun. Doug! Come on! Doug! Come on, Doug! No, he's got his... I should have called him a little earlier. He's going to get stuck in there because it's really deep and he doesn't know it. Come on! Oh, Muscovy's went farther out. So I've got Muscovy's down at the lake today. And Doug the dog brought it to my attention. Well, but the rest of them are over at the creek right now. They're rooting around in the mud. I don't know, but the lake is it's got the black slush ice now. It's gone from a white ice to a black slush ice. So that means any day it's going to just be open water, and the ducks will be down there. Hopefully, get out of the yard, stop destroying my yard, and cut down on the duck feces here. I'm just coming back here and I noticed I've got a bunch of ducks headed over this direction. They're all over the place. They're really enjoying life now. I've been letting them out. Unfortunately, once I separate them in the pen, you know, they're not going to get out for about a month at least. There's a drake that's chasing that. Looks like it's chasing that female. Oh, there they come. You know, they're still, you know, they see Doug and they, you know, they'll walk by him, but they, you know, as a group, they try to stay away from him. It's really strange. But he's not chasing them. What a score. Getting a dog that doesn't chase ducks. I think getting electrocuted the first day really helped. Just came up here around and they're all headed into the pen. It must be they want a snack. I've noticed the last 2 days, actually the last 3 days, their feed is cut down. They're not eating near as much. It's funny because right now Doug is sticking to me because he associates a large flock of ducks and electrical shock. So he's a little bit screwed up. Hey duckies, are you girls having lots of fun? Just digging in the mud like nuts, aren't you? So we've got some Muscovy down at the lake that I was not aware of. So tonight when I locked them up, I gotta keep an eye out for some ducks coming back from the lake. I gotta get back to shoveling duck poop here. Okay, it wasn't just a couple Muscovies. I'm looking here, I can see, it looks like 5 here. I'll go down there and we'll see if we can get a better shot with the camera. A bunch of them went down there.
I'm just looking here. It looks like, yeah, it's Muscovies that are missing from the flock here. The Muscovy males are sticking behind because they're having sex with everybody. It's crazy the amount of sex the Muscovy males are having. They're having no problem catching the other ducks here. But I want to show you here. Look at this. This dog. He doesn't he doesn't rush the ducks. He stays back. You know, they're right there, and he's staying right by me and not you know, rushing them too bad. He's staying away. He's actually helping me herd them. Actually, the other night I brought him outside to help me get them into the pen, and it made a big difference. They actually really cooperated much better with him. It's just bizarre how good this is working out. Anyways, back to the ducks. I want to show you here. It looks like 5, maybe 6 Muscovies that are down there. Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like 6. I can't tell because the screen's blurry for me, but that's what it looks like. So 6 Muscovies went down to the lake today to get away from everybody else. And I'm not walking down there because right now with the water, it's so wet and soft. You know, I would just sink. But Doug's gonna go down again. Doug, come on! Come on! So the Muscovies are coming back. I guess they realize that you know, there's no place to go. The lake's frozen. Well, it's that black slushy ice right now. You know, we're supposed to have some like 16, 17 degree days this week. So if that happens, it's going to get really. The lake's going to open up here. So we got 5 Muscovies. It definitely looks like 5 here. I can see 5 heads. Well, I can see 5 red dots, so that must be their heads. So the Muscovies have gone to the lake first. They'll be back. Oh, we got some duckies here. They're going to rush us. They're all trying to get back because right now to the right of me is Doug, and they're trying to stay ahead of him. Oh, now he's to the left of me, and they stop. They're not afraid of him. You know, they're not. They don't get panic. He's sticking right to me, and they're keeping their distance. And he's actually. I'll show you. Maybe it'll work out here. I'm gonna turn the pivot heads on just in case I get some footage for you of my herding with my new herd dog. Doug's right here, right beside me, and he's not going to rush the ducks too much. He's actually been a great help today, moving the ducks around the yard. You know, you're by yourself, they always go the other direction on you, and he seems to always go in the right direction to head them off. Like, look at this. I've never had them herd this easy. Usually, you know, they'll scatter over there. They'll head that direction. But they're being good ducks. But it's too early to go in yet. Still got some rogue ducks there down at the lake, and it's not even close to being dark yet. It's like I think it's about 7:30 right now, so another hour it'll be dark. So I'm going to call it a night. And I'm going to go have my supper. I've been shoveling duck poop all day. And I've got a lot more duck poop to shovel tomorrow. And, you know, I got to get this pen separated or segregated and separated for the breeding. And the incubator is supposed to be here, well, actually supposed to be in Montreal on Thursday. So I'll get it next week. So I've got a lot to do. And like I've been saying, I've been really sick and under the weather, and something's wrong with me. Well, I know what's wrong with me. I've got this tinnitus thing in my head, and it's driving me nuts. But anyways, it's like being tortured by the CIA at Gitmo. That's what it feels like. But anyways, I'm gonna try to do. I can't. I'm stumbling for words. I can't even talk. The ringing in my ears is so loud that it screws up my talking. But I haven't been replying to your comments because I can't even focus, to sit on the computer for any length of time. As you can tell by my rate of publishing videos has been really, really bad. I can't focus. I'm having a real hard time. So I'm hoping that my blood work is back here and they can come up with some kind of solution to this problem I've got. So, but until then, we'll keep the duck adventure going, and I won't bother you with my drama here. I was mistaken. There's 6 Muscovies down there at the lake right now. I'll give you a shot here. I thought there was only 5, and it turns out there's 6. And they're sort of venturing back here. They're not too anxious on coming back yet. But there's still another 40 minutes of light. And the ducks, honestly, they don't like coming back until it's actually pitch dark. So, but it's interesting that the Muscovies were the first ones to get down there today. Considering Muscovies are the slowest at everything, they're the first to get into the lake. Well, to the swamp. The lake's still got that black slush ice, so. And we can thank Doug for letting me know about that. I would have never known the ducks were even down there. I was busy working away, and I didn't know some had escaped. So, but he's really interested in them, what they're doing down there. But the ducks incubator's gonna be here soon. Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna be hatching ducklings. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna go have my supper.